Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we are back for some more Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. In the last episode, I quite frankly don't know because this is a re-recording of a episode I have already done. I'm going to assume the stuff that happened in this episode, so my apologies if I don't remember what happened in the last one. It could be any of the previous episodes. It could be the Merry Magolor, it could be, I don't know, it could be the challenges that you do in the story mode with like the abilities. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to be covering, I believe at least, a little bit of the Magolor Epilogue. We're not going to go like super into detail with it. And then we're going to go into the true arena. So, very short and brief, I guess, information about this is just, this is what happens after the events of the battle against Kirby. And Magolor is basically here with no abilities whatsoever. You basically build him up to be able to combat and leave this area all, I guess, finally for once and for all. That was a very bad way to phrase it. But yeah, he's trying to get out of this dimension, which is another dimension, I guess. And yeah, he has some really cool abilities. And then he can also go invisible for a short period of time. Stuff of that nature. You build up his skills with this, with all the points that you get through all the levels. The levels are not only based on, well, actually, they're only based on score and I guess completing them. So the higher score you get, I guess the better points you receive. That way you can upgrade all of these abilities and whatnot. But yeah, that is, I guess, the very short and sweet rundown of this. He has a special move that he can use. If you look on the top left, there is an option to do X or up in X. X just does this. It just does the giant laser beam. And I'm going to enter into this level really quickly. That way I can get another one of those magic bottles to fill up this thing again. There we go. That way I can show the top one, which is just the black hole. But yes, that is the short and sweet of the Magolor Epilogue, whatever it's called. I don't remember the name of it. But it is really cool for a single player mode, I should say. And it is a nice continuation of what happens after the story. I can't show you all the, I guess, the whatever these are called. The videos from, I guess, him leaving that dimension and then the ending. Or I guess just these two. I'll show you these two. This is just specifically the credits. I'll explain what happens, I guess, kind of in the credits while I'm showing you all these two videos. So, without further ado, I guess let's play this and I'll give a little bit of a rundown about everything that happens. So, after, everything that happens in the Magolor Epilogue, the Master Crown takes control over the Gem Apple, which is an artifact that Magolor is trying to use to get out of another dimension, because, he's trapped there. And yeah, the Master Crown takes control of the Gem Apple, like I said, and it becomes a giant antagonist, which we are going to fight in the true arena. So you'll get to see what that looks like soon. Anyways, after defeating the giant Gem Apple tree antagonist, the Master Crown, whatever you want to call it, he finally has like a way out, shown off in the credits. He's transported to another world where he takes another life. If you have played the Kirby Clash games, you know what exactly his other life was, which is he becomes a salesman for armor, gear, and of that sort of nature for the Kirbys in Kirby Clash Deluxe. He just sells them in return for gem apples, which he plants a gem apple seedling in that other dimension where like the 4 Kirbys are, like the 4 heroes, saving the realm, all that stuff, all that nonsense. So yes, after the events of all of this happened in another dimension, he goes on to do his own, happy little go-lucky, go-happy, all that stuff. He does all that, leaves, just becomes a salesman. His outfit becomes green, and yeah, he just lives a humble life. And then after doing all of that is how he creates Merry Magoland. that is why Merry Magoland exists now. I think that was a genius move to do. They united Kirby's Return to Dreamland with the Kirby Clash games, the one on the 3DS and the one on the Switch. Those two, they just wrapped them up really perfectly with a very nice bow, and It was perfect. Perfect. Down to the last minute detail. But yeah, that is why Merry Magoland exists. That is why the Kirby Clash games exist. But yeah, that is everything I can say. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go into the true arena. Again, like I said, this is a re-recording of this episode. Because at first I did the true arena and I was like, whatever. I showed off every boss. I died at the last one. I'm content. I showed everything I possibly could. I did as good as I possibly could have done. And then I saw someone being like, "Oh, I'm excited to see you do a no damage run for Bandana Waddle Dee." And I was like, you know what? I don't want to disappoint. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna practice a little bit more, and you know what? I'll see if I can show a bit more. Like if I can muster up to at least complete it. I cannot promise a 100%, no damage run of this, but I will do my best. That is what I can promise you. So, to random commenter, I believe your name, or I guess I won't mention your name if you want to keep, privacy or whatnot. That doesn't really matter. But thank you to you for reinvigorating me to try this once more. So this one's for you, having it. But yeah, that is why I'm redoing this. And I was like, yeah, I did decently well, but I was like, I'm content. But then after seeing that, I was like, no, you know what? I know, bitch, we can do better. See, I already took damage there, but I'm definitely going to do a whole lot better than I did in the previous recording of this. Okay, cool. There is an attack that I didn't even know that Bandana Waddle Dee had until I watched a video of someone doing the true arena, and I was like, what the heck? You have that? It was just insane to me. I was like, new ability drop for Bandana Waddle Dee. It's something I never knew about. Ever. I'll show it off in a sec. It's this move. Yeah, that move. Where he sweeps and then he jumps off of it. There we go. It was this move. I didn't know I had that. I knew about the regular sweep, but I didn't know about the bounce off of it. I was like, yeah, this move is kind of lame, but then the jump off is the beautiful part about it. I was like, no wonder I felt like I was, doing terribly. I didn't have that invincibility move that I completely forgot about. Anyways, yeah, it's good to know that I could have just been mediocre, and then instead that one comment was like, you know what? I want to see this, and here I am doing the best of my ability, I guess, for this. So, I went to Walmart recently, and what is it? I saw that they were putting, what is it? Minecraft movie merch in the electronics area, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. It's insane how the internet for a while was like, this movie's gonna be terrible, it looks awful, it looks so stupid and weird. And then people started memeing it, and people were like, this movie looks so stupid, I want to go see it. And it's like one of those scenarios where it's like, it's so bad it's good. So originally it was like, oh my god, this is terrible, why did they make this decision? It's Jack Black. I mean, I get it, but like, people are putting Jack Black in too much stuff, and like, it's not gonna work out, all that stuff. And now it's like, it's done the opposite effect of what everyone's been saying. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know, it's like the complete 180. It was very, very nice. Or I guess funny to see overall that the internet had like a change of heart. You're like, perhaps I treated you too harshly. This is going to be bad, but in a good way. Honestly, I wasn't really on board with watching the Minecraft movie, but now, like, since it's been memed so much, and I'm looking at like 4 different like Minecraft movie memes on my soundboard right now that, like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, I have to see this. I have to. It looks so silly, but screw it. I think I am gonna go watch it. But yeah, those were my thoughts in the Walmart. True. So there was something I also forgot to mention that I should have brought up when I was talking about the stuff in the arena. That was like, oh yeah, some stuff I forgot to mention, but I didn't mention this specific factoid. But I mean, most of you already know if you've already played this game, which is in most Kirby games they do this, which is like, oh, in every like area hub or in every level, they will have, you know, like the alliteration that usually ends up spelling it. Frick, I forget about that one. But yeah, they'll usually have like the alliteration that spells out something if you put all the area hubs names together. In this case, they put if you put all of the area hubs together in like the main world, it spells Crown, Cookie Country, Raisin Ruins, Onion Ocean, White Wafers, and Nutty Noon. That's Crown. And then Egg Engines and Dangerous Dinner add the ED, so it spells Crowned. And the main theme for Magolor, the fight against Magolor, like the last one I believe, like the phase 2, is called Crowned. So I guess there's your fun factoid that I forgot to mention for you all. But yeah, it should have been mentioned previous in the arena episode, but yeah, I forgot to mention it. That's my bad. But that is why this re-recording is being done, to correct those issues. And also, I guess, to do better. Be better. Alright, come on. You're going to go ahead and place down that rocket. True. And that's 2. There we go. That's what I've been trying to do the entire time when I was like, yeah, you can destroy the rockets. It just takes a lot of damage to do. That's the first time I've actually hit him during that phase. It's been a while since I've actually been able to do that. It's been 5 days since you looked at me. I actually don't know how that song goes. Actually, I only heard it in the quality of SoundCloud, that one long video. Speaking of that, I feel like I've also mentioned this prior, but there was a really good mix of it was like the Splatoon 1 lobby music. I freaking love that lobby music. It goes like bam 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 bam. That's how it go. But someone got, I think, Skrillex and remixed them together in that quality of SoundCloud, and I was like, this is gorgeous. This sounds phenomenal. But yeah, it was like, and that was just, sometimes I'm surprised by like the quality of the stuff that people online make, even though it's supposed to be like kind of shitpost stuff. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, whoever spent time editing this, that was not time wasted. It was, but also like that was phenomenal. Like, you had that idea and two and two clicked, and it's just, I don't know. Now that we have this, it's great that we have this online. But yeah, I have run out of things to say, but that usually happens about the halfway checkpoint of the video. Okay, you're gonna do your thing. Yeah, you're gonna do your thing. If you're already dead, it don't matter no more. Okay, that's halfway through. Yes, you're gonna do your thing. Okay, that's 1 down. And that's 2. Okay, now it's the ice one. This one's gonna be a bit trickier, but nonetheless, we progress. But I digress. RP the homie Jeff. I'm stealing that joke a little too much. I probably shouldn't be doing that. Someone else's joke that they practice so hard to do. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay. We are almost done with this MF, or he's going to flip the screen any second now. There you go. You were a little too late for that one, Little Naz. Little Naz, are you working on your apps? I don't watch Invincible, but I feel like it's a similar situation with like the boys and like Breaking Bad, where I've seen so many clips online where like I know things that happen in the show that like you should have been watching to know about. However, I have not been watching, so now I know, but just purely because of those memes that people, or like the clips that people show online. True. I think you do, yeah, you do that, but true, I do be quick. Mario might be a Superman, but I'm gonna have a big tan. Oh my, I barely, damn, I was gonna say I barely avoided that, but then you did that. Damn, I should have been done with the boss fight at this point. I'm taking too much damage. Grand Doom is one of those boss fights where it's not tough, it's just I get too cheeky and I try to go through some of the damage phases and get as much damage as I possibly can. I end up paying the price for it. Landia is not tough. I appreciate Landia. Oh right, my dad recently bought like a can of like some sort of like spray can for what is it? For oily frick. I keep getting hit when things I say are easy. Like for like oily, or rather things that need oil, and for example like doors and whatnot. It's kind of like an oil spray of some kind. I'm not quite sure what exactly to name it. But yeah, he bought that and he used it on some doors that were like really just you could tell that they needed it. And I said prior that I needed it for my my arm for my microphone because it was really bad. And now it sounds really nice whenever I move it, and it's gotten to the point where frick, I'm trying to toss them. There we go. It's gotten to the point where like it's actually moving a lot smoother now. Like wherever I want to move the microphone arm, it's just so nice and pristine now. Everything's nice and clean. Yeah, you know what I mean, bars. We're finally getting the bars back. But yeah, it's just it fixed the issue, and I'm so glad that's we're living in this reality where it's no longer making the noise. Sure, you're gonna jump over there. True. You're gonna go into your hat, buddy boy. The hat trick. The man in the yellow hat. I still stand with what I say that I really one day want to meet that guy who voices the man in the yellow hat. He seems like an interesting dude. He voices, like I said, Kiki's dad in Kiki's Delivery Service. You're gonna do your big hops that spread electricity over the floor. And you're out of here, True. Me, when the big silence showing that I got nothing right now. I did not see what boss fight this was. If this is the boss fight that I'm thinking it is. It is. Freak, I should have gotten a healing item. I'm not too happy about fighting the microplastic bosses. Yeah, I don't really like fighting these guys, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I talked about it before, but these guys are a big nuisance. They're one of my most hated bosses in this entire game. It's because of how much damage they do over time. Okay, true. Now we're in the phase 2. If I can get through this phase 2, then I think we are in the clear. Phase 2 sometimes trips me up, but I think I can maybe get through. Okay, cool. Shoot. Okay. You do this. This is not that difficult. frick. Oh, okay, okay. And one more sweep. Okay, cool. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My fault. I was trying to concentrate on that one. Okay, now that we've taken care of a lot of enemies, we can finally go for that Metamato. Oh my gosh. We are sitting pretty. So, a lot of people have asked me to play Repo. I don't really want to because I'm like, well, it's another like, you know, like Among Us, what should I say? Another Among Us Lethal Company clone where it's like you're gonna spend like 5 days playing it and then that's it. Or like, you know, you're gonna play it twice with friends and then that's it. And that's why I said to my friends, I was like, no, I kind of don't want to play it. And then my sister recently was like, oh, I want to play it. And then I was like, okay, maybe fine. If two groups of people are telling me to play this, then I'll maybe do it. I really don't want to spend more money on a game that I'm just going to play like maybe once or twice. But I guess maybe I will play it. But like, I also was like, I'm not too like, I'm not too impressed with the game itself. It just, I don't know, it doesn't really like call out to me. I don't really like how the characters look. I don't really care for like what the enemies look like. Kind of funny-ish with like the hourglass stuff where it like it does that with your voice. But I don't know. It's just I don't really want to play that game. But I don't know. Maybe my thoughts and emotions will change after playing it. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a blast. That's usually how it goes. But I don't know. We'll see. Drew, the fiery puffer. He ain't too much of a challenge. It's gonna go in the background as well. That's gonna be your tell on what exactly is gonna be happening. Gonna go down. He's gonna go down again. Oh my gosh. Okay, go up, go up, go up. I could just do like a downward drill, but I am not going to risk it when you're done. Yeah, there we go. It's a little sad that like his eyes go white whenever he's defeated. But you know what? He's the one trying to defeat me, so I'm not gonna complain, I guess. This is another, you know, microplastic boss that I'm not too confident with. But yeah, it's a boss nonetheless that I have to defeat. You're gonna do the water. Okay, you do those, and those go up doing the microplastic thing. There we go. I call them microplastic, but like they're actual attacks that just stay over a while. They're like they're more like explosions if anything else. I just like to call them microplastic. Like I've said prior, it's because like they do damage over time and they're small and they're big nuisances, if nothing else. Okay, true. This is the halfway. I didn't really notice until like after this, after checking it out, but like the EX bosses, or I guess the bosses in the true arena, they will go into their halfway phase, or like the halfway enemy, the halfway boss thing, when they're like, oh, maybe like, oh damn, I should be doing this move. There we go. Go down here. Okay, cool. They go into their halfway phase when they're like not even halfway. They're maybe like 2/4, not 2/4, 1/4 of the way defeated. I couldn't really explain that because I was fighting the boss. I had this conversation recently with my sister where I was talking about specifically with Fortnite, but this is with any game. When you are mid-fight, when you are mid doing something that's actually taking a lot of your concentration, you use a lot of filler words. And, you don't really notice it because you're trying to keep the conversation going without actually stopping it, and then having someone else like go off of what you're saying. That way you could just get everything you wanted to say out of there. But sometimes you don't really get the proper chance to do that because you're fighting something that's just your words, your thoughts, everything gets all mixed and matched, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little embarrassing sometimes. Damn, I didn't get a 2-phase. I didn't do this in 2 phases, which is a little disappointing, but it's okay. Ah, damn, I'm not even gonna do this in 3 phases, is what I was going to say, and I will say it again. I guess we're doing it in 4. Okay, whatever. If you can time it really well, you can do this in 2 phases, but then my spears were looking the wrong way, the sun was in my eyes, I got bad sleep, having that. But yeah. Something I did mention during this recording for the true arena is, damn! I usually go through this without actually taking damage. Something I did mention, what I was going to say is, oh my gosh, you were way faster. Something I forgot to mention, if you will let me speak, is that I didn't know that the Roar of DDD theme was playing this entire boss fight when I was recording. I didn't even know during my regular playthrough of the game because I wasn't really paying attention to that. And then when I looked online to see like, oh, what's the actual, or like during the recording, I looked to see what kind of song was playing. And I was like, really? That's the song that's playing? I love Roar of DDD. It's like the most phenomenal thing to come out of Forgotten Land. I don't know. I haven't played that game. I still need to. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. But I still need to play that game. But I was like, yeah, that's the best thing to come out of, freaking the Forgotten Land. Why did I not hear it at all during the recording? That's so sad. I would have loved to have mentioned something about it, and I don't know. I guess that was just, I forgot to hear during it. I have my freaking volume raised a lot on my TV. That way, I can listen to the game. Because this is a big gripe I have about this game, which I have no idea why it's like this. No other Nintendo Switch game is like this. I feel like I've talked about this before. But for whatever reason, this game has the game volume so low, and it makes no sense. I don't know why the game audio is so low. The sound effects are fine. The sound effects are perfectly loud and clear, but the music in the game is just so low. And like, I can barely hear it. I have to turn up the volume on my TV. I have to turn up the volume on the recording itself. That audio that you're hearing right now, I raised it up about 5 decibels. 4 or 5 decibels. That is about the amount that I raised it up because this game is so quiet. If I left it playing, like, look right here, I'm gonna leave the recording, from like the game, just regular, just how it sounds in game. It's super quiet, right? That's why I have to raise it up by 5 decibels because for whatever reason, I thought this was just like a mistake on their end, like on HAL Laboratories' end. No, it's just they just were like, no, this is how the game is supposed to sound. And yeah, I'm sorry, but like we're not gonna fix it in any update. You don't get online on any update. No nothing, no nothing, no nothing. I didn't fix it, and it's just it left me a little confused because I was like, what the heck? This game, like, I wanted to sound louder. The regular Return to Dreamland didn't have this issue. Everything sounded perfectly fine. What happened between that game and this one? I don't know, man. And there is no setting in the game to raise the volume. It's so frustrating. I don't know, man. But yeah, that is, I guess, one of my biggest gripes about this game is just the audio is so quiet. And I don't get it. I don't understand why they did that. True, the fireballs. I don't think I've ever gotten hit by those fireballs. It's interesting to say the least. Ah, damn, I tried to do another one of these. Damn, this is one of those other bosses that, like, I get too cheeky with it. and then I take too much damage because of it. There we go. So, I did not remember at all, for whatever reason, that Galacta Knight was in this game. There he is, the boy himself. Oh, by the way, I guess from boss number 5 all the way to boss number 1, I believe it is always the same order. It goes the Lore Star Cutter, Magolor, then Galacta Knight, I'm sorry. Then it goes the Crown Tree MFer, and then it goes Magolor Soul. But yeah, I during the recording I was like so like intimidated and like concerned about Galacta Knight because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't remember this. It's gonna be a really hard fight. And then I saw a video online about how this person was actually fighting him, and he was a freaking pushover, man. And then I did it, and I was like, what? He's a pushover! Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed. I thought this MFer was scary. And I actually did the fight, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so silly. This is the strongest warrior in the freaking cosmos. And oh damn, I should have done my helicopter bandana thing. I'm sorry. I forgot to do that. I could have gotten a lot of damage there. But yeah, I was like, what the heck? This is the strongest MFer in all the cosmos? You're telling me this MFer? He's a pushover! Oh my god! I regret ever having, been scared of you. And then, yeah, it was a little disappointing to say the least. You gonna do your tornado thing? No, you're gonna go into the background again. Oh, this thing, true. The million swords a mile. Oh, ouch. One more of these should be good, and then we're out of here. True. Nice. Okay, we can absolutely eat a Maxim Tomato, because we are going to fight the MFer from the Magolor Epilogue. This guy. I mentioned this reference during the previous recording as well, and I will do it again because it is really funny. There's this Spanish guy who was also talking about Kirby's Return to Dreamland. He was talking about how beautiful the game was, and he was like, I swear, Kirby games can do no wrong. And then he skips over to this fight, and he goes, it's the Archangel Gabriel! And he goes like, El Arcángel Gabriel! And it's just so funny hearing him say that, because I was not prepared for him to say that sort of thing. I was like, that is insane that you would say that, but you're not wrong, I guess. This is this is absolutely you would never assume that this is part of a Kirby game. But here we are. Nice. Yeah, this is the Master Crown taking control over the Gem Apple. If you want the description there, if you want to pause it, read it. I don't really care to read it, but there you go. True, the lasers. Super old meme from early 2000s. I'm a fire in my laser. Honestly, for the longest, because I didn't watch Dragon Ball at all during that time period, I really thought that was a real thing that happened in Dragon Ball. I thought he actually said that. I was looking for the scene itself as well. I was like, I need to go listen to when Cell says this. And yeah, I'm going to listen to it. It's part of the actual dubbing, all that stuff. And then I found out it's not from the actual dubbing. And I was just very disappointed. I was like, oh, the reality of this is disappointing. That's all. Yikes! Oh my gosh. Damn, I'm not doing too hot right now. I'm getting hit by everything. I could have sworn I practiced this. Oh my gosh! Ah, damn. That was a really terrible damage phase. Absolutely horrendous on my part. I apologize. Uh-oh, I might actually die because I'm being a little too careless. Wow. That's a first. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm being a little too careless. Yikes. I really need to lock in, like right now. Oh my gosh, yeah, I really need to lock in. I spent too much time messing around talking about early 2000s memes. I should be done with this boss fight, and I'm not done. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Ah, damn. I really folded in this one. I remember all of the attack patterns, and oh my gosh, I didn't prioritize on them. I didn't capitalize on them. He really caught me with my pants down. I should have been done with this, like, at about, like, the 20-minute mark for, like, because you're timed on this. I should have been done with this. But instead, here I am with 23 minutes on this timer, and in like, my being timed on this. And, damn. I'm not going to have that great of a time. It's not even going to be on the leaderboard. Because your top 3 times are recorded on here. Even if you fail. If your failed one is in your top 3, then it's still put on there. This is not going to be a part of the freaking leaderboard, and I'm so upset about that. Okay, Magolor Soul. This is something I do remember at the beginning of your boss fight. Go ahead and do this. There we go. Nice. You're gonna do your warping stuff. True warp star. And you're gonna go. There we go. So what's next? Oh, okay, true this. Okay, so now I remember. I'm gonna charge this bad boy up. I'm gonna hold it. Nice. We're sitting pretty right now through the double black hole. Oh my gosh, man, I didn't even... True. Ouch. Okay, cool! Phase 2! Oh, I guess. Yeah, that's the regular description for this one. The one yeah. And save a new friend. True! I'm Bandana Loyalty, everyone's favorite! Sure, I may be small, but I've got a big heart and a big spear that packs a wallop. I did not know that was there. True, and we get an apple. And then during this phase 2, interesting tidbit that I'm sure most big Kirby fans know about, but during this boss fight section, well, this is, I guess, the stuff that's also put there. That way you can read it if you want. But during this boss fight, you can very vaguely or faintly hear Magolor screaming, "Help me." So I guess for those with a not keen eye, but like keen hearing, you'll be able to hear Magolor screaming for help. But yeah. All right, you're gonna do your giant laser beams. And then you're gonna do those in the center. Yep, let's get out of here. There we go. Nice. True. Oh, okay. This is actually a really annoying portion of the boss fight. I have to lock in for this. Okay. And then let's do this. And then one more. All right, cool. Because if you get hit there, it's really nasty. Not as in nasty as in like disgusting. I mean like you get hit by a lot. Like you can take like a fourth of your HP. It's just really terrible. For that portion of the boss fight there, where like he does like the fire stuff, I was like, okay, what's his tail for the attacks? And I wasn't quite sure. And then I looked at it a bit closer and I was like, oh, okay, it's just avoid being in like the general vicinity of where he is and you'll be fine. You both will be fine. I won't risk attacking him. I'll just go for my invincibility. I prefer that. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That was a really good damaging phase. Oh my gosh. I talked about, because one of my friends really wants me to play Destiny 2 with him. I talked about not really being into like the whole doing like a lot of evading, doing like a lot of stuff to wait until like, until you're able to do like a damaging phase for bosses. I don't really like doing that. And like only being able to do like a small sliver of damage during like during like an attacking phase. You only do like a certain amount. I wasn't that big a fan of that sort of like idea and concept. And here I am doing this with Magolor. Oh my gosh, I went through that without taking yet that much damage. Oh my gosh. Ah, random person in the comments. I hope I did you justice for this. Because I absolutely didn't even get to the phase 2 of this boss fight. I called it quits because I died during like the first or second attack. But there we go. As little damage as I could possibly allow myself to take. The microplastic bosses absolutely destroyed me though. But there we go. Oh, it actually did make it, I think. It did! Wow, nice! I struggled a lot with the tree, but we made a nice recovery. Nice! I proved myself wrong. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Next time on Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I don't know. Maybe this is the last episode. Maybe it's not. But yeah, I'm so glad that I did this. I'm glad I was able to deliver. Yeah, I guess next time, if there is like another episode after this, I don't know, maybe it's just the challenges that you can do during the main story. But yeah, until next time, I guess, see you all then.